So, Michelle, when I think about the notion of building better outcomes, part of that goes back to the dialogue we've had around teaching and learning. And as we think about the work that we're doing here at the National League for Nursing, it is really about good teaching. Good teaching doesn't just happen. And I know we've talked a lot about that with colleagues, with some of the learners that we work with on a day-to-day basis, that there's some intentionality behind what goes into the teaching strategies we choose, why we choose them, and the impact to our learners. And the other piece that has become particularly important is some of the areas, Michelle, that you have even brought up and addressed as it relates to situational awareness and how that came into some of the development of, for instance, the simulation work that we just did as we look at advanced med-surg scenarios. Situational awareness is something that is not new, but it is new in education as we talk about it and operationalize it more.
Absolutely. So situational awareness is something that the military aviation has taken a very close look at, especially in their simulation when they prepare pilots and their teams. And this idea of trying to use a situation like simulation or teaching pedagogy, and then really taking it a step further to really use the neuroscience principles that really get underneath the hood, that really help to expose our thinking and expose the thinking that gets us to a response, that gets us to an action, that gets us to a decision. So we can take that and apply that and translate that into healthcare, because we're doing the same thing in real time. We're getting new information, a lot of it, and we've got to make sense of it. We've got to make meaning of it, and we've got to take action on it. And that is the definition of situational awareness. So I think when we look at outcomes, I think taking these principles that seem pretty simple, but they can have a pretty profound impact on our outcomes and how we actually translate our thinking and put it into action for reaching our patients.
And reaching our learners.
Exactly.
As we think about reaching our learners. So again, brings it back to intentionality, that building for better outcomes for us is the intentionality around teaching and learning. Good teaching doesn't just happen.